Hi everybody, welcome to Erica and her mom. Mom here. I'm going to be doing something kind of fun today. I'm going to be doing a succulent garden. I haven't done this yet, but I saw Laura on Garden Answer. If you haven't seen her channel, I recommend you give it a try because she has so many great ideas and I enjoy watching her. But she did a succulent garden. She has lots and lots of succulents, but I have a kind of a small collection that I will be growing or expanding on. And today I picked up two, which I just really love this. I don't know if you can see. I told Jules it looks very aquatic. Like you might find this, you know, stuck to a coral reef somewhere. And then, you know, this is just pretty common, but I just thought it was real pretty, like, you know, maybe a little cabbage flower or something. And then I have this. This is a conch shell from the ocean. We've had it for as long as I can remember, just picking it up off the beach somewhere in Florida, just a very, very long time ago. So I'm gonna try to kind of put that in there. We'll see how that works. And this is the container that we're gonna be using. This was gifted to me by my sister, and I'm going to line it with foil so I don't ruin the metal, but I just think to have them, you know, in such a pretty and elegant little container would be beautiful. And these are the rest that I have. I have, you know, taller ones and shorter ones, but Laura on Garden Answer said that she showed how easy it is to propagate these. So you can take the tops off, put them in, and they grow new roots. So you can have, or take the petals off, don't touch the petals, but take the petals off and stick them by the ground and they'll grow more plants. So that's the exciting part to me. So anyway, let me grab some aluminum foil. One second, it's just right down here. And I'm gonna put that right in my dish. I'm gonna fix the camera a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, so let me back it up and tilt it, maybe tilt it down a little bit. Sorry, I don't have a second cameraman today. Well, I do have a second cameraman, but we have gophers and he's in the backyard working on our gopher issue. So I don't need to be any shorter. So let me see what I can do. Maybe I'll just kind of back it up a little bit. All right, there. I don't want to knock it off my counter. Don't look at my dirty stove. I'm making dog food. All right, so we have this lined now with the foil. I'm going to put in, I picked this up at the store. It's Miracle-Gro Cactus Palm and Citrus Potting Mix. So you wouldn't use regular potting mix because that would hold too much moisture. So we don't want too much moisture. Oh, but we do want some. All right, so we'll put this in and kind of flatten it a little bit. I think to be kind of tall would be an interesting look, you know, kind of mound them around the side. But I don't know if that would work. So we're just gonna do it this way, kind of flatten it around. And then once I have it the way I want, I will trim around and get the rest of this, because it's really dry. I will trim around and take off the aluminum, and hopefully you won't see that. And then I have a lot of moss growing outside, so I can kind of put it around. So I've seen Laura do many types of gardens, and she will put little scenes in it, little decorations, things like that. So if you have a theme you're going for or a special someone, you could do that. So let me kind of place this. This is one that she did recently, only she used a piece of driftwood All right, so I kind of like that. And since we have this one that looks kind of like it came, remember this one? So it came from the ocean, we're gonna put it in. Now this is the scary part because I'm not sure how much damage I can do. She used like a pen to make a hole. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh, did you see that drawer? My gosh, we're gonna organize that. Okay, no, I really mean it. We are gonna organize. Okay, so let's put it at the end right here. Put it at the end. The soil is kind of making me want to sneeze. All right, so it came in this really pretty little pot, which I'm gonna save that for another succulent sometime. We're gonna pop this out of the thing. Look at all the roots we have going around there. Honestly, I don't know if that's good or bad, but I do want to get them kind of covered. So we're just gonna tuck that in. So apparently, gardens of succulents are sort of easy to care for. You don't water them that often because they will get too wet. So I'm ready to quit now because I feel like I've gone far enough. Now I'm gonna do this one. And see how this one has that, I don't know if you can see it, but it has a little texture, coating, kind of powderiness. And you're not supposed to touch that. It's very difficult. There we are, we have another one. I think I can trim the bottom off this. Let me cut this off. Okay, so if I'm doing something that isn't right, I'll know it. I'll know it because this won't work out. Okay, just gonna cut that off. There were barely have some roots right here. So that one really didn't need to go doesn't need to go that deep. So I'm just gonna, can you see that? Stick that right in, nestled around this thing. So this is how, so far, whew, boy, this is nerve-wracking. I may add a little soil to make it a little higher in some of these. So on the larger end here, I think I am gonna add more soil. I want to, see, this is the way that one came, in these little plastic cups without drainage holes, because you're not supposed to put that much moisture in it. Now I know a lot of you probably already know everything there is to know about succulents, but I don't. So anyway, I'm just giving it a try. I like to try new things because if I don't try, then I'll never know. Now look at this. That certainly looks like it came out of the ocean. That's really interesting. So I'm just gonna pop that one out, okay? And I probably could take off some soil, but the soil behind here is deep enough. I can use this whole thing. These things are just dry. Anyway, and I did water them a couple of days ago. So, and I have them sitting in a pretty sunny place. Look at that. I feel like Nemo could swim by right now. Sorry that my head is cut off, but I just don't know how to get everything in this frame. All right, so I'm gonna take a look myself. Love it, love it. I could probably prop that up just a little bit, just to give it a little more oomph. Okay, so I have that, and on the end you can see like where the conch would have lived. There's like some spirals in there, and I'd like to kind of leave that visible to some extent. So I'm gonna put this one. This is my next one, sort of right in that area. Now I don't know what any of these are because I don't have any of the names, so I'm sorry, but what we did today, Jules is such a trooper. He went with me to the garden department at Lowe's, and there is a nice succulent section. And that's where we found these two. The others we already had. So we'll just keep looking and adding to our collection. We found one that was really pretty, but it was just too big. I'm looking for something, has some red spikes or something to it. So I feel like I need more over here to create the height on this side. How about that one? I think succulents are like the most interesting of all plants. They just have all their own little looks and characteristics, and they don't seem to mind, being treated badly. So if you're someone, look at that, the soil just falling away. If you're someone who really doesn't like to do a lot of plant care and a lot of watering, this is your baby, because they don't take a lot of watering. They don't take a lot of care. I think, this would be perfect. This would be a perfect gift for Erica, because she would should do really well with cactus. Succulents. Maybe even better with cactus. But okay, so this is how we're looking so far. It could be better. There's something I don't like about it, but I have to work with the plants that I have. I think I would like some really low plants here to keep a low side and a high side. So let's see what we can do with these. Now this one has a little shoot coming off the side, and then this one, I think I could just trim that top off and stick it in here. I'm almost scared, but I think I will just have that coming kind of out the side. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so this, wow, I cannot believe how dry the soil is. And I just gave them all a good drink a few days ago. So they're kind of in a sunny place, and maybe that's why. So I'm just gonna have this one. Let me get all the soil off if I can. It's got a little root ball. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the root ball that it has and just tuck it. If you can see what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to tuck it around so that it comes out the side. So I might have to, let me move this one over, stick this one in down here like this, and then tuck that one back in and bring soil around. I think that's gonna, that's exactly what I was looking for. Okay, how's that? So I know it's looking kind of scarce right here. But after I add some stones around, or maybe I'll find another shell around the house or something, then I can fill this in. But I do want to use up all my succulents, so I don't have just one standing on its own being all sad. So I'm going to kind of do with this one like I did with that one. So I'm just going to take the soil and drop it right into this little pot here. That way I have all my succulents in one place until I expand my kingdom. So let's just clean this off. It has some loose little things on top. Woo! I wish you could see this. This is just amazing. This is what I'm going to be doing. So this is a leaf that dropped off the plant, and it created, see that little tiny plant right there? That's a whole plant, and then that's a new root. So I'm gonna tuck that in. It has another one on here like that. So I'm just gonna tuck these in here and there, and then that will grow up to be a plant. I just love that. You can watch YouTube and find out so many things you never knew. So I'm gonna save this on the side and decide where I wanna put it. But if you can see right there, there's There's another one growing just like that. So you can learn so much on YouTube. I just feel like I have a more fulfilled life because I watch how to do things, how to eat, how to exercise, how to live, everything. I guess you can get off track with that too. So, common sense, use some wisdom. All right, so I'm going to tuck this one. Oh my goodness, it has a great root ball. I'm gonna tuck this one right in here. And so, from what I understand, they don't have to grow straight up either. They can kind of grow to on a slant, which is what this one is gonna do. All right, so we'll just pop that in. And that little baby that was coming off is exposed behind the plant, so it's going to be able to grow too. And this little teensy one, let me get another thing here. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a little dip right here. So this one will be fun to watch grow. That's gonna be exciting that it's going to have its own little life. Okay, so we got that in, tapped it down. I have another room. I don't want that one touching quite like it is. So I will mound up the soil right here in front of it. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to be and I have all these little cups, which I'm gonna save because I will make new plants on this new little adventure of mine and save. Now, this is what I cut off the bottom. So that's a nice hard little puck. And I could use that to just put another leaf on to grow something else, or I can use it to prop up something in here. So we'll just leave it right there. I have all my extra soil here. So you see, that didn't take very much because you don't have to worry about deep roots on any of these. You just need to, cover the roots and put them in the way that they come, usually out of their little container. So, all right, well, here we have it. So far, this is my so far so good. I hope you can see how my little shell is playing off the different little succulent plants that I have, and I'm sorry I don't have the names of any of these little plants, but my plan is to put some stones here. I have a bed of white stone, a couple of beds, well, they're kind of river rocks, and I could make a little river coming with rocks, or I don't know what we'll do, but I'll go out, gather some rocks and take some final photos so that you can see at the end. Well, anyway, I don't know if this is exactly the way it's going to stay, but the good part about these is you can move them around. If I wanted to move some of these taller ones back and put something else, or I could take out my shell and just lay it across the back and put a taller plant right here. So it doesn't have to stay this way because they're so mobile. Anyway, so thank you for watching. I hope you make a succulent garden, unless you've already done it. But if you do, just drop us a picture and like and subscribe, and have a great day. I hope you enjoy the wonderful weather. I don't know about everybody else, but Florida's having a wonderful winter weather season. So thank you, and God bless you.